Well, hey everybody, John Ritlin here, and here's a special New Japan review of Takashi Iizuka's retirement match, including the whole card. I'm not just going to review that match, so that will be the main focus here, but I have to give this a thumbs up, especially for the end of that match. They really got me there. They got me, but a big thank you as always, Jim, for sending me that little C-Block trophy. I really do appreciate it. Pull above my head, please let me know there with a grade and in the comments below what you guys thought of the show. Let's just get right into it. A video package highlighting the Iizuka Tenzan feud. They're teaming up, their blood feud, and Tenzan recently trying to get through to Iizuka, wants him to show his humanity one more time. Will it happen? Well, we'll see. Unless you've seen the show, and then you already know what happened, you just want to hear my opinion. But I digress. Let's move on. Kevin Kelly and Tom Partridge on commentary. Not familiar with Tom. He did pretty well. Kevin Kelly, one of my favorite commentators in wrestling going today, probably top 3. I would have to say top 3 easily. But we start off with, in the 7-match card, Jushin Liger and Yuya Uemura versus Taiji Ishimori and Robbie Eagles, a Super Junior Tag League reunion. I saw Robbie Eagles at a recent Defy Northwest wrestling show. Guy is tremendous. You ever get a chance to see the guy live, whether you're in the States or wherever, please go see him. He is fucking awesome. Really good to the fans and everything. I saw him playing selfies, this kind of stuff, and people were really cool to him, and he seemed like he was really cool. I didn't get a chance to meet him, which I had. Maybe he'll come back at some point and I'll get a chance, but I digress. Liger and Ishimori is mainly, them battling. This is mainly hype for the anniversary show. Yuya did get beat up. Liger got a hot tag. Yuya did eventually get back into, have some good exchanges, including Robbie Eagles. Later, Liger and Ishimori are outside battling. And in the ring, 450 splash by Robbie Eagles for the 1-2-3. Good way to kick off. And, Yuya was going to take the pin, but he had a good showing too. And Liger and Ishimori is going to be interesting to see if Jushin Liger can capture the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title one more time at the anniversary show. I don't think he will, but Liger, one of my favorite wrestlers of all time, I would love to see it. And then we get an 8-man tag. Pretty fun match here. Tiger Mask, Toa Henare, Hanma, and Makabe versus Yota Tsuji, Red Narita, Nakanishi, and Kojima. And this was enjoyable. There was some good tag work. The Young Lions got targeted some, however, they did get some good moves in later. Henare doing so well. He needs to be in the G1 later this year. I don't care if he only wins a few matches. He needs to be in the G1. That guy has improved his look, improved his work. He is doing damn well, especially after coming back from an Achilles injury. Kojima got a hot tag, hitting some, the continuous chops, the constant chops on Hanma. Everyone got in, hit a move, and in the end, Henare ends up pinning Yota for the 1-2-3. Really nice showing from everybody here. I'm glad that Henare got the pin, but I always like it when Tiger Mask gets the pin, only because I love Tiger Mask's theme. I kind of wish it would have just found a way to slot that in, but good on Henare to get this victory. Enjoyable match, certainly. And then we get Tomohiro Ishii and Yano, or not Yano, but Yoshihashi. Yano comes up later, actually, versus Shota Umino and Yuji Nagata. And this was mainly about Ishii and Nagata just beating the piss out of each other. This match needs, I don't know if it's happening at the anniversary show or not. I don't remember that entire card. But if it is, please give them 15 minutes. Please give them 15 minutes to just slug it out. I would really like to see that. Unless it's going to be in a tag match, and then still give them enough time to slug it out, and we'll see what happens. But good stuff. They beat each other up quite a bit. Shota got beat up as well. However, he did have some good showings, especially later in the match. But in the end, a butterfly lock by Yoshihashi got the tap out. And Shota continues to improve. But Yoshihashi, it's nice that he got the victory here. Then, Nagata and Ishii had to be separated by their respective partners after the match and everything, as they kept trying to beat each other up. So please give us a singles match at the anniversary show. And then we go to match number 4, Sho and Yo, Roppongi 3K versus El Desperado and Kanemaru, where Sho and Yo looking ahead to Shingo and Bushi at the anniversary show. Would they get caught by their old nemesis? Nemesi or Nemesi or whatever it is. El Desperado and Kanemaru, well, not exactly. It was a good match. I've seen it before, though. That's my problem, is sometimes with the junior heavyweight tag team division, you kind of get the same teams and everything, because there are only so many full-time guys that they use, and then they bring some guys in. Still was a good match. Sho and Yo did end up getting the victory with 3K, and there we go. It was not a bad match. I know it sounds like I'm down on it. I'm not, but it's a match I'd seen before. Still, it was good stuff for what it was. And then we get Taguchi and Goto versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Taka Michinoku. And it was a good match. There was some good comedy spots of Goto and Taguchi having some miscommunication. Sabre Jr. being flat out ridiculous with the submissions. The guy makes it look so goddamn easy. A Sabre Jr. Goto feud is what I need to see sometime this year. I don't know if Goto's going to be in the New Japan Cup. I don't know how long the New Japan Cup's going to be, but apparently there's 12 days worth, including the finals, so maybe it's going to be more than 8 guys. Maybe it's going to be 16. I don't know. But yeah, the comedy stuff was kind of funny. Taguchi was able to eventually use the funky weapon, aka his ass. He was able to hit some moves and everything. And in the end, Taka Michinoku counters Dodon, but gets rolled up. He counters his one move, gets rolled up by Taguchi for the 1-2-3. So yeah, Taguchi and Goto get the victory. So nice little match. Not great, but nice little match. And then we get Tanahashi and Will Ospreay versus KES. KES coming back from the brief tour that New Japan did in the U.S. And really big fight feel, good tag work, huge ups to KES for really just being a great team. I'm glad that they stopped doing the water spade thing like Archer was. One thing I'm worried about with Davey Boy Smith Jr. I'm worried about how bulky he is. I hope that stuff that happened with his dad isn't happening to him, and that's all I'm going to say. Because I don't want to imply anything, and I don't want to sound like I'm down on the guy. I'm not. The guy's a tremendous athlete. The guy is fucking, ripped. Archer looks like he's in way better shape. They're a great team. But I think you know what I'm saying, so I'm just a little worried about Davey Boy Smith Jr. Hopefully I am totally wrong, and he is just a freak of nature. KES did dominate for a while. They dominated for quite a bit. Will seemed to tweak his knee, or maybe he was just selling it or something, but he got hit with a pounce. He did come back hitting some good moves, though. Tanahashi did not factor into this match nearly as much as I thought. I mean, and honestly, I think they're gearing up for Tanahashi and Okada to be tag team champions by either Dominion or sometime after the G1. And honestly, I would be here for them being tag team champions for a good while. Yeah, it would take them out of some big matches, but they could also elevate the tag team division even more. But we'll see what happens. There was an Oz Cutter, and that pinned Davey Boy Smith Jr. for the 1-2-3. We may get a Tanahashi versus Lance Archer feud, and I would be for that. But then we get to the main event, the Takashi Iizuka retirement match. Nogami, he's a commentator. He got attacked by Iizuka. He got brought out and was somebody that was also trying to get through to Iizuka. Like it was like 10 years, 10 months, something like that, since Iizuka did his turn and all that. And he then got attacked by Iizuka. Iizuka even ripping his shirt. He did the commentary shirtless, but with the tie still around his neck. That is fucking dedication. But it is Yano, Tenzan, and Okada versus Iizuka, Suzuki, and Taichi. No Miho. Disappointing, but that's okay. Iizuka getting a huge pop. I mean, and the fans appreciate Iizuka, even though they knew, he was supposed to be a heel, all that stuff. Still, they appreciated what he did. And it was really, it was pretty damn emotional. You actually, if you get any kind of investment in this, you can easily get invested, like just in how emotional it was. The match was what it was. It wasn't a great match. I do want to say that. And it's a good thing Iizuka is retiring, because anytime he took a bump, he was cringing. You could tell his body was beat up. And I mean, obviously the guy's been wrestling for like 30 plus years. That's going to happen to anybody. Tenzan's still trying to get through to Iizuka. That didn't work. It goes outside, usual Iizuka and Suzuki-gun antics. Just with chairs and all that stuff and everything, just the action outside. Yano antics. At one point, Taichi tries the thing where he removes his pants and Yano stops him, and then Yano removes Taichi's pants. I don't know why that worked, but it just did. It just really fucking did. It was really funny. Suzuki versus Okada. They faced off when Okada had his record-breaking IWGP heavyweight title reign. During that, so I would be for it. Reignite that feud. They could do it and maybe face off in MSG. Maybe face off at the anniversary show. I'm not exactly sure, but I think they could really have a good match. And then you could get Okada, Tanahashi versus Sabre Jr. and Suzuki for the tag titles at some point. Suzuki and Sabre Jr. could take the tag titles from them, but I'm fantasy booking for later. Iizuka and Okada also battled. There was a lot of the usual, Iizuka antics, though he did break out the sleeper hold, and he did break out a nice rolling leg lock. Tenzan and Iizuka battling. There was Tenzan didn't want to do it. He didn't want to do it. He ended up hitting this fist drop off the top, and then took his old tag shirt when him and Iizuka were a team, put it on Iizuka, hit the moonsault 1, 2, 3, and then Iizuka doesn't want to do it. He doesn't want to embrace any humanity that he has left. He briefly shakes hands with Tenzan. I mean, there was a whole bunch of antics before this, by the way, before the match ended, but he doesn't want to shake hands with Tenzan. And then he does, and then he snaps and then attacks Tenzan. Suzuki-gun runs out there, and everybody lays, him out and that kind of stuff. And Yano and Okada get laid out. And not Tenzan, but Tenzan gets beat up and, gets a chair over the head, gets the iron fingers, and Iizuka leaving the way that he entered most of the matches for the past number of years through the crowd and everything. And Taichi even yelling at him, do you really want to retire? And I mean, it's a perfect way to go out. So I do have to say B. I will say B. And it was pretty emotional. That little bit of Tenzan finally getting through to Iizuka very briefly was a very nice way to actually do it. So I really do have to say I did enjoy that. It was fun. I encourage you guys to go check this out. But yeah, Tenzan pinning Iizuka and briefly getting through to him, it was about as close as we were going to get for that. And now Iizuka can enjoy his retirement and hopefully, rest his body and everything, and maybe, make appearances as a trainer, something like that. He had a hell of a career. I've been able to see very little, but I mean, I was able to see more stuff of before he did the full crazy antics. Guy's a hell of a worker. Guy was a hell of a worker, and he actually had flashes of it in the crowd. I can't get over how great the crowd was. But anyway, B for me again. Pull is above my head. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Twitter handle in the description. This has been Real Honesty with John Ritlin, and I will see you soon.